Okay. Rabbi Yishmael. Rabbi Yishmael says, Have kal rosh, v'noach l'tishchoret, v'chave makabel et kol adam b'simcha. So he says, you wonder how it fits here. Be yielding to a superior, right? Be easygoing, be light to a superior. Be noach tishchoret, to the guys who still have black hair, the guys who haven't gone gray yet, right? To the young. V'chav makabel et kol adam b'simcha, and you have to accept and receive the whole person with simcha. Right? So you can either read it meaning every person, or kol ha'adam, all of the person with simcha. So I'm never quite sure why this one fits here. Right? It's a good Mishnah, but there's other places in the line that always struck me that would fit better. You know, when you're talking about approaches to people and approach to life. But you can take it back to kind of this, this approach of how do you deal with people, right? We already said be the kind of guy, right, that people are comfortable with, people are lighthearted with. So first of all, you have to recognize that there are people who are superior to you. They know more than you, right? There's a Rosh. There's a guy who's the boss. He's the head. He's the, he's the guy. He's the captain of this team. He's the skipper, right? So there's plenty of people who have no ability to listen to anyone else, right? No willingness to be a corporal. I always have to be the guy in charge. My idea trumps whatever I think of. It's it's my way or the highway. I mean, every time you get in a club, every time you get in any sort of group, you assign a project, right? And there's the person who just can't play nicely with others. They don't respect authority. They can't take nothing. Right? He says it's not what we're shooting for. He says first is you have to have enough. It's funny. It's humility in a way, both directions. Enough humility to recognize ubamakom sheyesh anashim, in a place where there is somebody getting it done, get out of the way and help them. Right? Be easygoing. Be yielding. Right? If you're the boss, I'll let you do it. But the flip side then is, how do you deal with inferiors? First thing you have to recognize that there are inferiors. There's the guys, again, it's kind of this is like the instruction of how to be a middle manager, right? Listen to your bosses. Don't be ashamed of the fact that you have bosses. But you see people who can do that part, but they're just absolute jerks to the people who work for them, to anybody lower than them. Right? You ever go to the market and you listen to the person treating the checkout person like they're, right? It drives me crazy. It's painful. It's like, yes, I recognize that this person's getting paid, minimum wage plus a couple of bucks to stand here, but they didn't sign up for the abuse, right? They may not understand the complicated transaction that you're trying to put in front of them. It doesn't mean that they're not people, They may even be stupid, but that doesn't mean that they're not people. He says you neither want to be the kind of person who will not listen to authority, nor do you want to be the kind of person who's just mean and nasty and shoving down bitterly on everybody below them, everybody who's serving them. Be a nice guy. V'chabe makabel, and you have to learn to accept people, to receive people, right? Kol ha'adam, every person, all the person, b'simcha. So why simcha? What's simcha? Right, we'll see other Mishnah that talk about simcha. But simcha is the pleasure you take in potential. Right? Simcha is the pleasure that you take in the potential of someone or something. Right? Just as an aside, that's why a bris is called a simcha. Right? It's not about the party. You're not saying hoo hoo hoo, tomorrow I get free bagels. Right? I mean, you might, but that's not really the joy is not getting there to get the bagels. Right? The joy of a wedding is not the bar. Right? The joy of a bar mitzvah is not the kiddush. The joy is, here's a kid who's starting a Jewish life. Here's a family who's starting a life together. Here's a boy who's starting adulthood. Right? The joy is the potential of what arises out of the moment. It says, Adam, right? Kol Adam. There's different names of man, right? Adam, Adama, right? Earth. It comes from the name meaning potential. We named our son Adam out of this drasha. That Adam means human beings in potential. The fundamental way he says that I should deal with you, every person, is to recognize that you have huge potential. You are a seed of greatness, right? And I have to accept that and receive that. I have to receive you not as a burden to me, not as an imposition, and not just as a tree. Right? You're not a robot. You're not there's a difference between going to the human teller and the ATM. Right? The human teller, that's a soul. It's a person. Smile at them. Talk to them nicely. Treat them like they're be basimcha. Be joyful and happy to them. Right? Be yielding to those who are in charge of you. Don't give a hard time to those people you lead. And everyone that you meet, receive them with simcha. Receive them with joy. So that's our Mishnah.